And then back to Iguodala to the rim. Oh, great block. James out of nowhere, skies to the rim. Boyd took the advantage and played off from inside the center square. Boyd kicked the goal. Boyd kicked the goal from inside the center. Here's Aloisi for a place in the World Cup. He's hands right back up.
Live it, breathe it, love it. All sports, double coverage.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Double Coverage. Hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the great man Sauce. How you going, buddy?
Good, mate. Good.
First and foremost, top of the show. Congratulations. You're a married man now. It's your first podcast, married, settled down. No more Lamont antics. You're just a normal, average day podcaster. That's all you are now.
Yeah.
As a married man. Yeah. You're very well, you're on your best behavior at the wedding. You may or may not have wanted to take your top off about 25 times, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. So
I had the singlet underneath, mate. That was why. I wouldn't go bare. I definitely wouldn't go bearskin. I'll tell you that right now.
I love
no one wants to see that. I might have evacuated the whole building if that was the case.
That was a great night. Your beautiful bride, she looked stunning. You looked the best I've ever seen you look, Sauce. You were
Don't worry, mate. I had the fresh cut, had everything.
Maybe
mate.
everything Jono says about us two together might actually be true when I saw you walk down the aisle there on Saturday. So that's good.
Don't get Jono excited.
Jono was jealous. He genuinely thought that we were an item. But anyway, it is what it is. It's called a
You probably thought
bromance,
it was
Jono.
our wedding.
Yeah, well, yeah, a couple people in the hobby did. They just didn't report on it. But it's good, Sauce, to be back. Another week, another episode. So much has happened in sport. It is ridiculous. My mob, I'm so happy. I can't believe it. I gave them no chance on the planet to win the series, and they got the job done. So we will definitely jump into that first and foremost. But before we do, Dan the Card Man has dropped in. He says, "Why is Doma on your honeymoon?" Saucy, you're going to have to answer that one.
The honeymoon lasted 3 days. That's it. It's done.
That's it.
The honeymoon's over.
I crashed it. I walked in there and I said, I need to take him back. I need him for the pod. That's it. His honeymoon's done. Forget about it. At a later time, I think Saucy said. But when it does roll around, there will be a vacant spot to the right of me. So for the podcast. So there could be some special guests jumping in to host it with me, which could be dangerous. Might get the Messiah to do an episode. What do you reckon?
Oh, jeez. Then we're definitely ending up on rubble if we get the Messiah on here.
It's triple coverage, baby. Triple coverage. All right, let's get into it. NBA playoffs. Insane. We'll start with a couple series. You can give your thoughts, Sauce. Some of them are a bit whatever, but Denver beat Minnesota in 5. They get the consolation win off a big Ant-Man game in game 4. But 4-1, get it done. Denver move on. No surprises. Maybe the only surprise I think to say is how well Jamal Murray played in this series. He played very, very well against the Timberwolves. He looked in good nick. Really, really good nick. So hopefully that can transition into the next.
Should have regulation. I mean, I think you said they'd get swept. I said I gave him one game, so called the 4-1. They were better side overall, and just better chemistry, and had multiple guys stepping up over different nights across the 5 games, which helped them in the end, secure the victory. But yeah, look, we fully expected the Nuggets to be there. I think the Timberwolves are quite a way of contending or doing anything serious in the playoffs. And Karl-Anthony Towns, as much as a good player he is, he struggles, man. Come playoffs, so come these big games, he struggles. I feel like even though Ant-Man had a few tough games, I just feel like he's got that more killer instinct about him than Cat. So yeah, look, too good the Nuggets.
Way too good. The next series, it was it started off well for the Clippers, but it was pretty much dead this series the moment that Kawhi Leonard was sitting out with injuries and they had no Paul George. And even that, Westbrook played well, he can't carry the team himself. So Booker, I bagged him a while back, Source, but it was criticism that was well-deserved. But since then, he has improved a lot as a basketball player. He's yet to win the title. All right. He is starting to prove himself in small doses. All right. It did take him to get Kevin Durant to make it a lot easier for him on the court, spacing wise. But in saying that, you're dropping 40 pieces, you're pretty damn good. So they steamroll them. They beat them 4-1. Thanks for coming. They take the chocolates. They move on to the next round to play Denver in that series, which we will get to in a second.
Kawhi meniscus injury. So
yeah, he's in a lot of strife. I don't know. Did you see JJ Redick just giving it to Stephen A. Smith and the other bloke on that show yesterday or this morning? He was just flaming him. He said, "Oh, with all due respect," he goes, "You guys have no idea about anything regarding being a professional basketballer." He goes, "You shouldn't." He actually said, "You have no right to comment on the situation because you've never been there." That's what he said. It was hilarious. Like he said, you don't understand the mental battles that players go through after spending so much time on the sideline to come back, and then with all the stop starting and stuff to not get injured again. And he summed it up perfectly. He goes, a thigh contusion to a sprained ankle to a sprained knee. He goes, they're all different lengths and duration on the sidelines for players, and you continually get all these things. He goes, mentally, you're stuffed, like as a player, when you're trying to get back into the swing of things. And he goes, with Kawhi, he's had so much of this now, it becomes so much harder, and then you play more tentative basketball, and by doing that, you get more injuries. And he was talking from experience. Like, he goes, I had a grade 3 hamstring injury. When I came back, I was so tentative to be explosive and do all that stuff because I was scared I was going to redo it. So it was actually funny. He gave a bit of Stephen A. Lamont some of his own medicine. He's just like, you don't know what you're talking about. You've never been there and you've never done it, which is fair. So
he speaks the truth, JJ. He speaks the truth.
They're cooked, unfortunately, the Clippers. What happens at that franchise next? Time will tell. But Paul George and Kawhi Leonard just been injured consistently since the moment they arrived at that ball club. So it's just unfortunate. Really unfortunate, Source. Moving on to the other West games. They had a 2-0 lead, and now they're 3-2 down, and that is Sacramento against the Golden State Warriors. And the Warriors' experience, I think it's safe to say, that is probably the perfect word in the playoffs, is really shining through at the moment. Everyone wrote them off when they were 2-0 down. You don't write off champion, Source.
No, you don't.
Well, you don't write off the Warriors. You can write off champions because the Bucks got done in 5. But thoughts on this series? Anything stood out to you? Sabonis is a gun. So is Fox. I just think their other role players aren't up to the task.
Yeah, look, I can't say I can comment much about it because I haven't caught many of the games, just with my busy schedule over the last week. But what I have seen is De'Aaron Fox has been absolutely balling. They went up with that 2-0 lead. Now, they did have the first 2 games at home, so obviously, that's always going to be an advantage. What the Warriors have gone on to win the next 3 in a row. They've turned it around. It's 3-2. That experience has come through, and you can see all you can say about a team that's with that much playoff experience is they understand how to make the adjustments game to game to be able to, turn the tide in a series. I feel like, they have to win this. They have to win this series. They can't get knocked out first round. They can't get knocked out by a Kings franchise that hasn't sniffed playoffs for 15 seasons or something like that. Was the last 15 seasons ago. They were last time they were in playoffs. So, it's a must win in terms of a series. And I feel like they'll go on to win it from here. That puts them now at home to close it out in Game 6.
And if they do close it out, the winner of that series comes up against your mob, the Lakers, or the Grizzlies, which is still 3-2 in favor of the Lakers going home for the next one, which is
We got
good.
it
You
where
want
we
to
want
close it out. You got to win
We
it.
got it where we want it. We got it where we want it. Grizzlies, look, went into the game today fully expecting to lose. Grizzlies had the best home record out of any team in the league this year. They would have been fired up after the last game, after losing in overtime. And look, go look at the stat sheet. LeBron had an absolute stinker. He had 5 turnovers in the first half, shot the ball terribly. He just had a stinker.
What
The
you say?
thing was, we were 1 point down with 1 minute to go in the third quarter, and then we let them go on a run in the last minute 20 in the third quarter, and they ended up being up by 15 points at 3/4 time. But mate, we were still right there, and LeBron had an absolute shocking of game. We couldn't buy a free if we if we needed one. We couldn't even get it. So we shot the ball horrendously from 3, which is never going to help your cause.
So
But,
what about I want to fire you up here because I like when people bag LeBron and bag your team. So what do you say to all the people that have been calling him Lamid James? Like he's a mid player. He's nowhere near Jordan. They've just been bagging the shit out of him because he shot 15 today.
Yeah, okay, that's fine, mate. He'll come back next game and he'll be better. This is what I'm saying. It's a 7-game series, and over 7 games, LeBron's more consistent than the other players.
He's
He had
also
a
not.
tough-
He's
yeah.
also not clutch and doesn't know how to drive to his left hand side. But he also drove on his left hand side and hit a clutch bucket in the last game and won it for you. So
Look, all I'll say is I just want to beat the Grizzlies because they talk too much shit, mate. You're talking shit and you haven't even accomplished anything. You haven't even made it to a Western Conference Finals. Like, just quit talking the smack. I mean, I'm not sure if you've seen how we guarded Dylan Brooks today, but we pretty much we guarded him Westbrook style from the 3. Literally guarded him like Westbrook from the 3. Like, we let him have any open 3 he wanted. And I think that's part just to do with the disrespect against him. And just no, mate, if you want to beat us, go ahead and beat us. But we won't have some of the other guys that beat us, which that happened today. Ja Morant was unbelievable. Desmond Bain was unbelievable. And let's be honest, if they are to win, those 2 guys have to be very good.
Yeah, they've got to
They
be
have
on.
to be on, both those guys.
Ja Morant's been on so far pretty much every game this series, except for the one where he got injured. And he's still dominated in that game.
Yeah, I will say when we've got Vanderbilt guarding him, he is a bit better at with the length. When you're forced to put Schroeder on him or D'Angelo Russell, both those guys are just too small. And with his athleticism, he's able to just jump over the top of them and finish and hit little floaters in the lane. Today he was nailing the 3. Look, it was a good game by the Grizzlies. They were going to come fired up. So 3-2 goes back to Lakerland, and I think we won't shoot that bad from 3 at home. So I'm just saying, well, we won't. And they won't shoot that good from 3, in my opinion, away from home. So I feel like a bit, and look, there was a few occasions, a lot of whistle getting put away, a lot of contact, but that happens. It was for both sides. The playoffs. So you got to play through that contact and find a way to win. What I will say is, as I said, the Lakers, even with the terrible start, they let them get 38 points in the first quarter. I think they were down like 15, 16 points after quarter time. Got it back. Came out in the third. They were down 15 at halftime. Came out in the third and got it back to 1 point. It was just a failing to be able to close it out from there and just keep it close. But nonetheless, series is on, and I'm still confident. Doma.
That's it. Over to the East, we had Philly beating Brooklyn pretty easily. No surprises there, so not much to talk on. They weren't really tested. 5 games going to 6. This Boston-Atlanta series. Ice cold, ice tray. Hit the big bucket. I don't know. It's just elongating series. I don't like that for teams that are favorites. Like Boston don't want to be playing 6 games in the first round, 7 games in the first round. So they're going to try and wrap this up in game 6. They don't want to be going to 7 in a first series because every game that goes on in the playoffs, you know what it is, Source, is an extra. Your percentages increase on players getting injured the more you stay in a series against a team that is lesser than you. So they want to try and get this done in game 6. But if it goes to 7, as we say, it's anyone's to win when it goes to 7 games. Really, doesn't matter if you're home or away. You might get home court advantage, but whoever turns up on the day. Cavs get done by the Knicks. Knicks have been very, very good. I don't know if you saw all the Knicks fans outside the Garden bagging the shit out of Donovan Mitchell because you know how he didn't go to their ball club. He chose the Cavs. They were just giving it. It's bloody typical Knicks fans. They always G up. And then they just get bitterly disappointed. Me personally, I hope they get bitterly disappointed because the last series over in the East was my Heat, which I said would get swept. Saucy gave them 2 games.
I gave them 2 games. I thought they would put up a contest.
They look terrible, man. They look terrible, the Heat, during the season.
They didn't look good in the play-in game as well.
No. But it was funny. Like, I was speaking to one of my mates that, you know, who's a diehard Boston fan. And I said, the conspiracy theory is maybe the Heat and Atlanta deliberately said, let's just have it this way. We'll lose because Atlanta match up better against Boston and the Heat match up better against the Bucks. They've beaten the Bucks before. Like, we're the Bucks killers.
You are.
Realistically, we are the Bucks killers. We're the bogey side for them. So, I don't know, read into it what you will, but what I can tell you is the jersey I'm wearing, number 22, right, is Jimmy Buckets. Had 2 of the greatest games. No, I love it. 2 of the greatest games in playoff basketball you would have seen in a very long time. In that last game, Source, he could not miss a shot.
I seen him. He was taking pull up, dribble up threes. I was going, what? He was on a heater. He was literally like, you know what I mean? It's like when the freaking hell, what is it? When the pitcher gets on a heater, mate, and he's just not missing a pitch and just everything's on the money, mate. That's like what it was like. Game. It was like
he's on a perfect game. That's what it is.
He was just absolutely balling. It was great to watch. It was great to watch.
And I'm so happy. Anyway, we come up against the Knicks, so not for anything. We got the easier side of the draw because Philly and Boston have to play each other in the second round if Boston advances. So realistically, Source, can we turn the clock back to 2020 or 2021, whenever the hell the bubble was, and could we get the Lakers versus the Heat in the finals? Could it happen again?
That'd be good. It's possible.
Could lightning strike twice?
Look, you were helped by Giannis going down in the first game and getting injured, and I feel like obviously if Giannis was probably fit the whole time, it would have maybe been a bit of a different story. But that's the playoffs, and this is why I said, you know, I would pick the Bucks should they have a healthy run of a healthy run of no injuries. I'll take the Bucks. But as soon as you get a guy injured, and it wouldn't have mattered because, I mean, even if it was Drew Holiday who got injured, all right, Giannis is obviously their best player. But even if it was Drew Holiday, I'm telling you, they still would have had a tough time to win without Drew Holiday. Because Drew Holiday and you know, even Middleton, if you got injured, they're the guys that sort of close at the end. I mean, Giannis sort of defers it to when it gets to a tighter game and down death in the fourth quarter. But well done, Doma. Got the win.
I'm very happy.
To the next
I
round.
wrote them off. I'm not even going to give a tip. We'll just wait and see what happens in the next series. I know we've got 2 that are set in stone. Knicks versus Heat. We pretty much go back and forth. I watch a lot of these games. Obviously, Eastern Conference sided team, the Heat. So, I don't know. It's like a 50-50, 55-45 thing. It's a swing like between the 2 of them. So, but with Denver and Phoenix, this is the interesting one. Don't know. can they marginalize Jokic, or is Jokic going to be too much for him? Like, what do you reckon, Source? I don't know. Phoenix and Denver. I don't know. Does it go 6, 7? Does Phoenix come out and do it in 5?
Nah, I think it goes 6 or 7.
6 or 7?
Yeah,
No.
I think
We'll see what happens. I'm not going to give a prediction.
I'd be leaning. I don't know. I want the Nuggets to win. Don't get me wrong. I'd prefer the Nuggets to win, but I'm leaning to Phoenix.
Yeah, so am I. All right, that's it for the basketball. There's some good series coming up, so stay tuned for that. Let's take a pause and get to the chat. Matty Tabe said there were some amazing games today. Yes, there was. Jay, hi, boys. Hi, Mr. DTCM.
Trying to work it out, what that means.
Dan says, hi, Jay. Ashton, welcome. I'm so sad. Giannis is my dude. Global says, congrats, my brother. Mad invite to your wedding. Mate, we could have had just the whole double coverage section in the bleachers there, mate. We could have filled the whole reception room.
You could have joined in on the chants. Saucy.
Yeah, there was saucy chants. We could have had a trade table at the wedding. We could have done a live pod, Sauce.
Oh,
that wouldn't have gone down well.
They could just pay me in slabs straight into the whistle.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Dan says, I need to flip my Giannis rookies. You let me down. Jimmy Buckets was switched on. Jay says, Dan, trade your Giannis for a pie with sauce. Make it a sausage roll, Dan said, and you're on. Global's calling Jay the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
Messiah.
Nice to see all the Oz goats in the comments. You too, Alex. Ashton says, it's going off here. I got 3 sausage rolls and a bottle of ketchup for you freaks. When's the Arsenal chat, says Dan?
It's not coming.
It's
left the chat. That's what's happened.
Get us all on the live. The internet will blow up. I'll get you on. We can have a parody of Hobby Shark, Sports Cards Radio, AIH. Dan's a part of
Maybe we can get Shoe Shine Bob on too.
Shoe Shine Bob. Do the crime, do the time. That's the greatest account of all time. I still laugh to this day when you say it to me, so I still piss myself. Anyway, we're going to get to AFL next, and then we're going to get to EPL. I'm just trying to hold off on it. Just make Saucy, his blood boil even more. The tips this week, I tipped 7. Saucy tipped 8. Gets another one on me. The games were as follows. Dockers lose by 49 to the Dogs. Not really surprised. Dogs are way too good. Did you catch much footy this weekend? I don't think you would have, Sauce, because
no, not really.
I watched a fair few games. I'll run through them. Bontempelli dominated this one once again, but I got a bone to pick with Champion Data Source. All right, I got a bone to pick with them.
Yep.
And there was 2 incidents this weekend in Supercoach. I got a bone to pick with them. I was watching this game live. All right, he kicked 2 goals. Bont had 29 touches. I'm pretty sure. You can fact check me if you want. 9 clearances. Bontempelli. I was watching his score get scaled, Source. Live. His score was getting scaled. He wasn't even near the ball. And then when he's touching the ball, he's getting like 8 points for every handball. I was like, what the hell's going on? He ended up scoring 182.
Yeah, I know. I've seen here. 10 tackles he had. But he also 8 clearances, 7 inside 50s.
He averages 8 clearances or 9 clearances a game this season.
6 marks, 2 goals.
Yeah, I know he's a gun. But I'm just saying 182. Unbelievable score. I was a bit surprised because we're going to talk about another guy in about 4 seconds.
I thought there was isn't there a multiplier during close games if it's a close game?
And that's my bone I'm going to pick, Sauce.
So I don't understand how can he be getting so many more points when it's not a close game?
That's Sauce. You just wait till I get to this ANZAC Anzac Day game, and I drop this one on you, and you're going to be shocked. You're going to be shocked. Next up, we have Port Adelaide defeating West Coast by 40. No surprise there. Don't need to get into it. Horn Francis is pissing me off now with even more. Not the fact that he left North. You can't even score more than 50 against West Coast in Supercoach. Decided to just look like he had too many hamburgers. Maybe he was on the piss. Not like he hasn't done that before, playing football at the professional level. Lemon. Next up, we had Brisbane, who were just in red-hot form. Get the 21-point job done against the Giants. This one was a big surprise. 93-point winners, the Cats over the Swans. They came out and just exploded. They went crazy. Absolutely crazy. It was genuinely a grand final rematch, Source.
They are, much, I think it's the funniest part is they're sitting in 9th and their percentage is 137.69, and that's the second best in the comp.
That's what happened. Well, not for anything. The last 2 weeks before the Sydney game, they had 2 easy rounds of football. So they beat up on shit teams, got their confidence back, and now they've got their system in place. But I think it's safe to say the last 2 times these teams have met were shellackings, like absolute beltings. Geelong, I think they don't match up well. I think that's safe to say. Sydney does not match up well against the Cats. I think that's safe. Swans do have a lot of injuries, and a lot of players that played in that grand final did not play in this game because they were out. The next one, clutch by Fogarty, gets the job done. The Crows 3-point winners over the Hawks. Hawks 2 weeks in a row beaten by less than a kick towards the end of the game. Himmelberg the week before for the Giants. This week it was Fogarty. I'm pretty sure it was Fogarty. I hope it was. Anyway, it was. He dobbed this goal source from the boundary on the wing, in the pocket. Drop punt. He didn't snap it, Source. He took a drop punt and he slotted it. It was unbelievable, the angle he was on. Then I went for the Blues in this one, and Saucy was smart. He just went, I'm going with the Saints. The Blues are nothing special. And the Saints get the job done by 22 points. The Blues are in all sorts, Saucy. They get Sard back this week, which is a positive. But, they're not great. They're struggling a bit. The Sunday evening game, do I want to talk about it? I did say on this podcast last week that Gold Coast has always been North Melbourne's bogey side. They were beating North Melbourne when they were incepted into, well, they came into in their inaugural season. I think they beat North Melbourne. That's how much of a bogey season, a bogey team this is for North. They get the job done by 43. And I'm not enjoying what I'm seeing, Source, because we were sold fool's gold in the first 2 weeks with North Melbourne. I know I keep saying we overachieved, and I'm not going to get frustrated when I watch North, but I'm starting to get frustrated because the last 2 weeks, Source, the system that we saw in the first 3 rounds, has been non-existent. They're taking the game on, being more proactive with the football. We're being stuck in our shell, struggling to transition out of the back line to the forward line. It's back to old North Melbourne from last season. So I don't know what's happened. And
chip, long down the line.
Get rid of Aaron Hall because Sheasel got tagged, and because Aaron Hall's back and he's running off half back, Sheasel's not getting the cheap stat anymore. So I need Hall out so Sheasel can keep scoring me 100 every week in Supercoach. And Hall, Supercoach. Yeah, but Hall didn't use the ball well at all. He's a freaking butcher. Just because he had 800 meters gained last year in a game that we lost by 30 points. Oh, well, whoop-de-doo. So, spud. Next up on the ANZAC Eve game, it was a 10-goal swing in this one because Richmond were up by 5 goals at one
Absolutely
stage.
Crazy. I've seen this game.
The D's came back and beat them by 3. 18-point winners, 96-78. And it was big step up from Viney, and Petrarca played well in this, and so did Langdon. Their back line stood up when it counted, and they had guys like Petty that went forward, who's traditionally a defender. They're still trying to work out their forward line, the Ds. But Big Van Ruyen, Source, who was going to get dragged. He was going to get subbed, Van Rooyen, for the Ds. And he took the big grab and he went back and he slotted it, the goal in the last quarter. And then he ended up piling on another 2. He had an unbelievable last quarter. And you know what he went from, Source? 25 Supercoach to 84 Supercoach because he kicked it in the big moment. And I understood that because it was pretty much a match-winning performance at the end.
Yep.
He didn't have much of it, but he kicked them when they counted. So this gets to my big pet peeve, and you can talk about this, but you got done by 13 points, Anzac Day, 90-77. You had the game won for 3 quarters. And a 6-goal, was it a 6-goal last quarter by the Pies? Were you up by 5 goals going into the last quarter?
Yeah, 28 points. 6 goals were up.
Yeah. And they come back and get the job done. And your thoughts?
What can I say? That's why we haven't won a final in 20 years. We crumble under the pressure. You had to know the pressure was going to come from Collingwood. The stat is when they're 5 goals down, 5 goals down or something like that, 5 or more goals down in the last 9 games, they're 8-1 coming back after 3/4 time. Something like that. 4 or 5 goals down, something. That's the stat. So you knew they were going to come and make their push. It just baffled me how we went from being able to, grab the ball, one touch, handball, and then, able to handball through that pressure and get those release kicks. We just lost the composure in the last quarter. Literally lost the composure. And, it's just frustrating because being up 28 points at 3/4 time, you can't think that that's enough against any side, let alone Collingwood, who we know are so good in coming back and believing to the last whistle. The mistake I made, Doma, was at 3/4 time. I fucking jumped on the bookies and I checked the odds and seen it was $10. And I knew they would come back. I knew they'd come. Did I think they would come back and win? Oh, well, I was hoping no because it was against my side. But I knew they'd make a push. I knew they would, kick on a few in a row in that last quarter. And it was going to be whether we were going to be able to kick one, steady the ship, break the momentum. And we couldn't. And I wish I put money on it because at least I wouldn't have felt as bad or as upset. But yeah, disappointing. We played so well for 3 quarters. I felt like for 3 quarters, we outplayed them. We nullified Daicos best you could. I think he had 21 touches in the first half, but didn't do much with it. Wasn't really damaging with it. Had a few good parts, but a lot of ball in the back half. Not getting it forward of center, but that all changed in the second half. He was absolute phenomenon, and Daicos magic. Obviously sewing up the Anzac Day medal, and put on an absolute clinic. What he ended up with 37 touches and 2 goals or something like that.
He had 42.
42, there you go.
Or 41, 2 goals. He had the goal to come within a goal, and he had the goal to get
40.
Yeah, well, Source, listen to this. So this is where I want to compare the Bontempelli game with the Collingwood game. And as you said, the key moment
How the
goal.
fuck is he only scored 145?
Yes, Source. I'm watching fan footy.
He kicked 2 clutch goals in the last quarter.
Listen, Source. We all know what fan footy is. If you don't know what fan footy is, you're living under a rock. Yes, Source, it's still going. Monty's still there from fan footy. It's still going. I've got it up live. When I'm watching a footy game, I've always got it up, and I just watch the scores and the scaling. I know I got problems with that, with watching football and fan footy. It's just the habit. Unless I'm at the game live, I don't pull it out till quarter time, half time. I've got to watch the game. I'm focused there. But Source, all right, 130 was still side bottom score, all right, when he marked the ball and took his step back to go forward, to walk in to kick the ceiling goal, all right? After that goal, he had 1 handball. His goal counted for 25 points. He went from 130 or 128 to 152 or whatever the hell it was, all right? Daicos was on 123, Source. 123. He kicked the 2 clutch goals, the one that got him within 3 points, and then kicked the goal that got them in front. And he had, I think, another 4 possessions after that. And he only scored 22 points. Explain to me. How is he not scoring 170?
Call up
He's kicked the
champion
2
data,
biggest
mate.
goals in the game. The 2 biggest goals in the game.
Yeah,
It's
call up champion
unbelievable.
data, mate.
I was disgusted.
I don't understand that. I do not understand that. I'm not going to lie to you.
It's borderline Lamont activity. Honestly.
And Doma, you know what made it also even more terrible was I had a same game multi and I got everything. Had about 7 legs in there. Got everything. Just needed Jamie Elliott to kick a sausage. And he missed one dead smack right in front.
I can't believe it. They missed some of the easiest goals.
It would have been okay should Jamie Elliott kick the snag. And I would have been like, you know what? It's all good. I still would have walked away with a nice $150 collect. But no! My team got beaten and the Lemon couldn't kick a goal right in front, 30 metres out. So I lost money. It was just a bad day. Just a bad day for me and my football club.
There you go. Dan says, take a leaf out of my fellow Eels book. That is the Parramatta Eels. Always bets against them. Done well most years. Helps with the sting of a loss too. His mate does that. Bets against them. We have no structure forward of centre, says Global. All right, let's get to this week. Let's get some tip sauce. Friday night footy. Saints, Port, Marvel.
Saints.
Yeah, I'm going Saints. Brisbane, Fremantle, Gabba.
Brisbane.
Sydney versus Giants, SCG.
Interesting one. I don't know if Sydney get any players back, but I feel like they'll bounce back. That's a tough loss. They'll bounce back. But this could be a close game because Sydney got quite a few injuries, so maybe they struggle against GWS.
I'm going Swans as well in this one. Dogs, Hawks, and Marvel.
Dogs.
Now, this is the big one, Sauce. Prime time. This is the Clarko effect. Prime time, Saturday night, 7:25. The Demons versus North Melbourne at the G.
Demons.
Oh, my God. Oh, help me. I'm tipping the Ds. I'll tell you what, if we somehow pull off a Perth miracle and beat the Demons at the G, that's better than winning a flag this year. I'm telling you, Sauce. There's no hope. Then we have the Blues against the Eagles at Optus Stadium. I reckon this could be a cheeky upset.
Nah, I'll go with the Blues.
You going Blues?
Yeah, I'm going Blues.
You know what? I'm going to go West Coast. I know, it sounds ridiculous.
Yeah. All right.
Essendon Geelong at the G.
Geelong.
I'm also
It's a Sunday game.
Should get down to that one.
Oh, I think I've got a family function on.
Oh, okay. It's your home game as well. Richmond,
I know.
Richmond, Gold Coast, Marvel.
Richmond.
Yeah, Richmond as well. And then the Crows versus the Pies at Adelaide Oval.
I don't know. It's a tough tip, man. Colin was playing very good. I don't know if they get any tools back this week.
No.
They don't. See, once
so.
again, I'll take it back. I just felt like, even though they didn't have those tools, Arsenal. I'll talk about Arsenal in a sec. Essendon didn't make enough use of our tools. We didn't make them pay enough. Jesus. I don't know. I feel like Adelaide can win, but I'm going to go with the Pies.
You're going Pies. I'm also going the Pies because, as you know, on this pod, I do not tip against them.
Yeah, I knew you would tip the Pies. That's why I tipped them because I've got a little sneaky lead on you. So I'll just.
Oh yeah. So we're going with me hoping for
strategically.
So I'm just hoping for the upset for West Coast over the Blues.
Yeah.
It'd be great to tune into Blue or Broad. If
I feel like you got more chance of Adelaide beating Collingwood than West Coast beating.
But just imagine West Coast wins this week. It'd be just hilarious. When Blue or Broad, I'm tuning in. We're all done and dusted. Nothing in the chat there. All right. F1, just a quick one. Global sent me this really good video. I'm yet to watch it. Sorry, Global. I got home late last night. But I'll talk about some new sprint stuff in the Formula One next week when I review with Saucy the race this week, which is the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. So it literally feels like we had a mid-season break since the Australian Grand Prix. It's been a month. It's back this week. It's an early start. It is 9:30 p.m. our time, the race, for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. So Off the Grid will be happening. Tune in this Sunday, 9:30 p.m. You'll be done and dusted by 11:30, maybe 11:45. You can go to bed, get up for work. Don't need to stress. If you watch it, you can put us on to accompany you during the race. So that's F1. Let's get to EPL, and then we've got a special guest coming on to talk about some stuff. There's your little surprise. EPL. I don't really want to talk about this because I'm a bit worried. Wolves over Palace. Villa continue their amazing form. 1-0 over Fulham. They're sitting in 5th spot. Leicester and Brighton 1-1. Nottingham defeat Leicester and Leeds, 1-1. Nottingham defeat Brighton 3-1 in the upset there. Liverpool get the win over West Ham 2-1. Chelsea lose to Brentford 2-0. They are 9 points out of relegation source. 3 games. And they got a hard draw coming up. And then this morning, Man City 4-1 over Arsenal. Saucy, over to you.
Fucked it, man. Fucked it. So what can I say, man? We shut the bed. The last 4 games. It's not even against City, man. We should have been coming into this game with the ability to lose the game and still be in front. Like, we should have been coming in this game with another. What I would say, all right, maybe we draw against Liverpool, but against being 2-0 up against West Ham, and then drawing to Southampton at home, having to play right till the last minute, and scratch for a 3-3 draw, dropping 2 points there, dropping 2 points to West Ham. We should have had another 4 points in the bag. We should have been able to lose this game to City and still be okay. But now it's done. City are now $1.07, Stommer, to win the league. $1.07. And Arsenal's now $9. Have blown out from $1.62 they were just 3 games ago.
Well, there it is.
Yeah, look.
They've got 2 games in hand, Man City. It's over. Funnily enough, we said this on the Southampton. Was it Southampton stream? Which stream did we do together? Who did you play against?
West Ham.
West Ham. We said it on the stream. The moment you drew that game, we said it could be done.
Yeah,
it's over now. So on that stream, Saucy said this. To quote Saucy, when they drew that game, he said, "We now have to beat Man City.
Yeah,
we can't afford to lose."
That was the only option.
But he said, if we bottle it against Southampton, it's completely over. Regardless if we beat City or not, it's done because the game's in hand. Then they went to Southampton or whatever. You had it at home, wherever the game was, and you bottled it. And now this game was a nothing game because you knew deep down inside Man City was going to come out at home and get the job done. Because not for anything, they went from no hands on the cup to Arsenal giving them one hand on the cup. So they're going, well, we can just grab the cup now by just beating them. That's it. And that's what they did.
I knew we were going to lose this morning. I bet against Arsenal. I bet on Manchester City to win and won money because I knew.
I'm upset for you, man. I'm so upset for you because I cannot stand City. I cannot stand them. So, no surprise as a United fan. Dan says, Alicia not like the other Arsenal fans who are already saying they're happy with finishing second. It's a bottle, acknowledge it, and build next year. Yeah, whoever's saying they're happy with that result is a fucking peanut.
I'm not. If you want to see true disappointment, you got to go watch the end of the stream on that West Ham game right at the end. Like you just see, you see the defeat in my face. I've already, once the result against Southampton, I'd already resigned to the fact that we'd lost the league. That's it's like I was about 80% of the way there after we stuffed up against West Ham and gave up a 2-0 lead, and then. I was already 100% of the way there once we drew to Southampton. And, I mean, that was just horrendous. Look, the day got better for me because that was my wedding day. So, it was all uphill from there, and it wasn't so bad. I forgot about it once I started drinking a few liquors and, I forgot about it. But I tell you what, it wasn't a good thing to wake up on my wedding day seeing us. I literally woke up and seen us down 3-1 with 10 minutes to go in the game. I watched the last 10 minutes in the stoppage time or whatever. We came back, got the 3-3, but that's when I knew that we'd cocked it up, mate. It was done, and disappointing, man. Disappointing, and I think the lack of I don't even know, man. Just the lack of composure, man. Just getting towards this time the season and just the lack of composure, man. You see it completely different on the other side for City, man. Like, they know that they're going to beat these teams, and I don't know, man. I don't know. The lack of composure you seen in the Liverpool game, went up 2-0 and just forgot how to play out from the back and bottled it. West Ham gifted them a goal, forgot how to play out from the back, taking chances when we're 2-0 up, playing out from the back. Taking chances when you're 2-0 up and bottling it, gifting them a goal, and then giving them another one. It's just disappointing. And then Southampton. I'm not sure if you've seen the first goal that they scored of the game. Fucking Ramsdale passed the ball straight to their guy.
Oh, that was terrible.
You couldn't talk like when I mean
that
bottling.
That was so bad, man.
We not only have we bottled it in terms of just lost the games, but within those games, the goals that we've given up have been disgraceful. Literally disgraceful. Like, you don't deserve to win when you're giving up goals of that manner. And you might as
well just turn around and throw the ball in the goals.
Exactly. You might as well kick it in the back of your own net, mate. Like, you don't, and I'll say it again. We lost the 3-1 to Manchester City at home. We lost 4-1 to them away from home. To be the best, you got to beat the best. And we clearly haven't beaten the best. So we don't deserve to win the league. Simple as that.
That's fair. That's fair. Now, you're disappointing in your last 3 games before this game because you're disappointing against Liverpool, you're disappointing against West Ham, disappointing against Southampton, and then you were woeful this morning. If you had, like you said, you got to be the best. You've got to beat the best source. I didn't watch a game, so I can't comment yet. But if you're losing 4-1, if you're losing 4-1, you came out with no balls this morning to win that game.
Right.
If you wanted it, you're going to come out with balls, mate.
Man,
you want it, you got to get it.
And look, what can I say, man? Like I don't want to, attack certain players. But
no, you don't have to do that. But it's collectively across the board. It's just a shambles.
It's been poor
across the board. Whether it's this morning or the last 3 games before this morning, it could be someone that is a common theme. But there's been multiple players in those 4 games
multiple players
that have been shocking, and some of your best too. It's just got to them. It's unfortunate, and the writing's on the wall now. It's the 2 games in hand is pretty much done and dusted. Like,
come on, Hala Madrid, Hala Madrid, Hala Madrid.
That's who I'm going for.
We want Madrid in the Champions League, man.
Dan says, reminds me of those years Liverpool got close. The nerves got them in the run-in. Yeah, it's true. It happened. It definitely happened. But yeah, for anyone that says, "Oh, we're happy to finish second," that's just
that's a loser's mentality, mate.
Yeah, you can't handle the fact that you didn't win it. Anyway, let's get to the upcoming games. This week, there's a fair few. Starting with tomorrow morning, we have Everton, Newcastle, Southampton, Bournemouth, and we have Man United versus Tottenham. That is a 5:15 game. I might even get up and watch that one. Then Palace, West Ham, Brentford, Nottingham, Brighton, Wolves, Bournemouth, Leeds, Fulham, City. Then United play again against Villa on Sunday. What's that? Friday? Yes, Sunday morning. So we've got 2 games in 2 days, 3 days. Then Newcastle, Southampton, Liverpool, Tottenham, Leicester, Everton. And then on the 3rd, which is next Wednesday morning at 5 a.m., Arsenal versus Chelsea. So we'll wait
Now,
and
I'll
see.
say right now, if we can't beat them, if we can't beat Chelsea,
Oh,
they're in
shit.
all sorts. They are shocking.
They are shit. Like, yeah. Straight up, they are no good. So, anyway, that's it for the EPL. I'm just waiting on our special guest. He's going to join us. He's going to talk to us about LIV Golf, so which is interesting. I don't think we've ever spoken, besides Tiger Woods rookies on this podcast, we've never spoken about golf. I don't think. Maybe when LIV was spoken about, we just mentioned that this tournament's coming up and whatnot, but I don't think we've ever done a bit of a deep dive into it. But we'll wait and see how he's gone. So chat, if you've got anything for us in the meantime. Chelsea being no good is why I've watched Celtic more this year. What's the thoughts, source on potential Postecoglou to Chelsea? Do you like that?
If he had half a brain, he wouldn't join that club, Postecoglou.
That's fair.
Because it literally just takes, what? You lose 4 games in a row, you're going to get sacked. 5 games in a row, you're going to get sacked.
Or win the title like Ancelotti and get sacked.
Yeah, exactly. You win the fucking title and you can still get sacked at that ball club. So why would you want to go there, ruin your career? Because, I mean, you cop it. I mean, as his first big gig, you probably wouldn't want to go to Chelsea. I feel like you'd be better off going to a lower club in the Prem and overachieving. Then moving away from there. I don't know. But
the genuine dream, Dan, he says he'll replace Pep. The genuine dream would be, as much as I hate saying this, City lose. Just imagine he replaces Pep, and then from there, Postecoglou wins the Champions League with City. That's the only option I would want if you took over Pep. He wins the Champions League with City, not Pep, because Pep's never won a Champions League. So
with City,
cop that. No, I don't think Pep's ever won a Champions League, has he?
Yeah, with Barcelona he has.
Did he? Was he coach?
Yeah.
Was he?
I'm sure.
I don't want to give him credit.
In the chat, anyone knows I'm
Dan.
like 99% sure.
Dan.
Sure of it, man.
Fact check me. Pep.
I'm sure of it.
I know that Zlatan has reached a Champions League final on 3 occasions, twice with Barcelona side when he lifted the trophy and one with Man City. Oh, so he has. He's won 2. Fuck.
Come on, man.
I'm getting confused. I know Zlatan has never won one. Did you see that stupid stat? If Milan win it this year, he still doesn't get a Champions League medal because he's not on the squad.
He's not on the squad.
The squad list. So, anyway, our special guest is here. We're going to get him on. I like his setup. He's got some golf clubs in the background. You all know who he is when I bring him on here. So, I'm going to bring him up, and it is the great Mr. Core Kings. Get him up in here. Matty, what's happening?
Just chilling out, trying to work out this setup, but it seems to be going all right.
Nah, looks
good. I'm backwards at the moment, so right hand, left hand, whatever, but that's all good.
No, it's okay. We hear you perfectly. The picture's good.
Beautiful.
It looks stunning.
Beautiful.
It looks like you're being paid $500 million by an oil magnate in Saudi Arabia with your get up over here.
LIV Golf, baby. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. That's the weekend. No football, no basketball, no nothing. Volunteering at LIV Golf all weekend, and it was just an amazing experience.
So give us a rundown. So for those that don't know, LIV Golf came to Australia. It was in South Australia,
Grange.
where Matty
Yep.
is from. He lives in South Australia. So give us a rundown about your experience with LIV Golf and your involvement with LIV Golf.
The first experience I had was obviously following the links through the Grange Golf Club, signing up to be a volunteer for one.
Yeah.
Number one benefit, you get a free ticket and you get great access parking. So all weekend you show your permit, you get to park right close to the gate just for being a volunteer. So that's number one perk. And then I thought, I'm not going to get a chance to watch the golfers unless the hole I'm designated on. So $35 for the Thursday, I went to the Pro-Am and used my parking advantage. Took a mate, went to the Pro-Am, walked in, and it was probably, I would say, I don't know the exact number, I'd say 10,000, 5 to 10,000 on, I'd probably say 5,000 on the Pro-Am day compared to 20,000 a day at Grange. And to compare that, Singapore at the moment, they just had Bubba and Bryson on, and they're expecting 6,000 a day.
Wow.
That's the difference. It was huge. Absolutely massive.
And did you go down to the watering hole? Did you venture down there?
Yeah, I got a chance to go have a look before my shift and everything. So we rock up, and I was standing in line like every other mulligan, right? And I went, hang on, I'm a volunteer. And I looked down, this is where all the Grange members were, and I just went like this, and they go, fucking, off I go, straight through before anyone gets in, early access, walking through. So the first couple of days, the music's going as soon as you walk in, right? So I did go look at the watering hole, but didn't see it when the players were playing on it because I had to go do my shift on the 16th hole. But yeah, it looked amazing. And there was actually 2 access points for general admission people. They had 2 stands for general admission people. So you didn't have to pay big money to have a spot at the bar or a certain tent or whatever. So if you got there early enough, you could get a posse as just an everyday guy going in there, buying a ticket and get a spot.
What's the cost for to go to the LIV tournament, not the Pro-Am? So what would a ticket cost for a general admission?
Actually, I didn't even look into that.
Okay.
But I have got some numbers. So I asked some people that were going in as I was letting them through the crosswalk. I was sort of talking to them about where they are and what their tickets were. So the Club 54, right, which is LIV is 54 and Roman numerals, right? That's how they got the name. 54 holes, Roman numerals, LIV, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So the Club 54 behind the 18th green is $1,500 a day, free drinks and food all day, every day. And there was guys that were doing it for 2 or 3 days when I was talking to them.
1,800 a day. Whoa.
15, about 15.
Oh, 1,500.
15. The Birdie Shack, a couple of boys were going to go there. That was off the first green. Big bar across the left-hand side of the first green. Pretty good atmosphere. That was $300 a day. And I think you got a couple drinks, but you got your posse all day.
That's not too bad.
That's not too bad. Honestly, most of the people found the best spot because I was on the 16th fairway doing the crosswalk, so when people come in the main gate. So every day, let's give you a scenario, every day, come in, go to the volunteers tent, grab your lunch, get free lunch. It's pretty good lunch too, actually. Get to your posse an hour before you start. And 10 minutes before tea time, they would play AC/DC song, which let everyone know there was 10 minutes to go before shotgun start. And then we had to close off the ropes and not let anyone through because obviously being shotgun, they had to shuttle all the players to their tee block for the day, so no one could be in the way. And then Guns N' Roses comes on for the last minute, and then they do a big countdown. Big fireworks goes off, smoke everywhere, and bang, we're away. Yeah.
Unbelievable. So it is a show. That's why the PGA are not obviously the biggest fan of them, because they're doing something outside of the traditional realms of golf. So, and it's become very popular. So, obviously, the format is groupings. It's a bit different to a PGA tournament.
So, you've got a team aspect as well as individual.
Okay.
Right. So, the individual winners, but then you've got teams. So, that thing I watched on YouTube today with Bubba, Bubba said the team aspect. So, when you go through college golf, you're a team.
Yeah.
We have team events. I got pennants on Sunday. That's team.
Yeah.
So my club, Links Lady Bay, goes against other clubs.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of team aspects leading up to the tours and stuff like that. But once you're on tour, you're on your own.
Yeah.
Right. A few of the guys, I said my mate drove a couple of the players to and from casino where they were staying to the club, and he was chatting to a few of the guys about what he loved about it. And a lot of them said, we just love the team aspect and how laid back it is. It's like a family. Whereas PGA Tour, I can't say because I've never done it, but they say it's more laid back. You have a couple of beers after your round and you're a team. So you get together. It's 4-player teams. And I think they're trying to build it up in 2024, expanding to 15 teams. I can't remember how many was in there now, but it's not that many.
It's fair to say LIV Golf is here and here to stay, because they're doing things 100%. A bit different to what people are used to in terms of golf tournaments, and it seems to catching on with fans, getting fan engagement, and anyone who hasn't seen the hole-in-one on the watering hole, make sure you Google it and check it out,
mate,
because that was absolutely
I was
crazy.
500, 600 meters away, and I just heard the like it was close, right? You can hear when someone has a close shot, and they were just like, the crowd was yelling. It went in. I looked over, and I could see the beer, and I could see all the beer and shit flying through the trees. It just went off.
It's
and
insane.
The players loved it. They're going on about, I was covered in beer and all that for the rest of my round, but it was awesome. We absolutely loved
Saucy, you know who Bert Kreischer is? He was at the watering hole when the hole-in-one went in.
Yeah,
and he took his top off and he's going crazy. He's the comedian. He's so funny.
Yeah. They actually let him have a shot earlier in the day.
Okay.
On the watering hole.
And he took his shirt off and had a shot and put it straight in the grandstand, and the people just put it straight into them.
He's a nutter. He's absolutely nuts.
So I'll go through a couple.
Yeah, go through some of the stats. I was going to say, obviously, let us know who won, and then prize money, the purse there, and whatnot. Yeah.
So has Saucy seen the prize money list yet?
No, I haven't sent anything to him. I've got it here ready to go. So
So I'll give you a little quiz, Saucy. It's be interesting. I reckon you might go over more than under, but what do you think the guy that come dead last made out of 50 players? So 47 players, and this guy, Shiwon Kim, put it out of bounds twice on one of the par fives, had an 8.
Well,
so he came in dead last.
He finished plus 14.
First round of Australian Open, you still get $100 grand. So I reckon you still probably be up for at least $200,000.
So if you make the cut in the Oz Open, and you come
if you make the first round, you still if you just make the first round, you still make $100 grand, something like that.
I reckon a lot of the PGA, if you don't make the cut, you don't get anything.
No, not PGA. I'm talking about the Australian.
Let's talk about tennis. The Oz Open tennis.
Oh, the tennis.
Just for the first round, mate, you get $100 grand. So I'm comparing that to golf. There's less players here. There's only 47.
Oz Open golf as well.
Yeah, so I know that. The Australian Open tennis open.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I reckon it could be 100. I'd say somewhere between 150 to 200,000.
Well, it's 122 grand he got.
Oh, there you go.
So you're pretty close.
You've done all right there,
So
Sauce.
Taylor Gooch, mate, amazing performance. You should have seen the Grange golf course and those greens, how quick they were. Absolutely lightning.
Whoops.
I was there on the second day, and the LIV Golf guys were testing where they're going to put the cups for the next day on the 15th green. And I said, "Hey, can I test it for you?" And he literally handed me the putter, and I stood at the back of the green, and I just tapped this ball. I didn't even hardly hit it. It trickled on. It went past the hole. It kept going. You just couldn't stop it. It was like Taylor Gooch shot 10 under the first day, which is amazing golf. 10 under the second day, which set him up for the win because he had a bit of a shitty day on the last day. So he won $4 million for 3 days. Well, I wouldn't say 3 days' work, but they're there for a bit longer. So
4 million.
4 mil.
Oh, our boy Cam Smith came in. What's that? Equal third. He got 1 million as well.
Yeah, so there was 1, 2, 3, 4 people tied at third, all got 1,081,000 each.
Not
bad, is it? That's crazy.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
So the winning team was 4 aces. Dustin Johnson, Patrick.
They've even got a name to their team.
Yeah.
We'd be quadruple coverage if we had a team source.
we had a golf group once. We were called the Four Amigos. I reckon that'd go all right.
Four Amigos, Four Horsemen.
Four Amigos.
Four Horsemen. Someone could be Ric Flair in the Four Horsemen.
Dirtiest player in the game.
3 men and a baby soon if Sauce does his marriage right soon.
It could be 3 men and a baby. That
be.
is a very good one. That is a good one. So the names were 4 aces, range goats, stinger, and high flyers. Those were the names.
There's a few more teams than that. I just screenshotted the first 4. So that there's more than that. But yeah.
Adam says, is it like Happy Gilmore when he joins the Pro Tour and turns the whole thing on its head? Yeah, that's what LIV Golf is, mate. LIV Golf is the Happy Gilmore version of golf, man. It's like it's the rock star version of golf. And I actually applaud them what they were doing in terms of not just following the norm, what the PGA has done for many, many years, but bringing something different to golf and making it more exciting for the fans that attend, especially.
Well, Rick Shield's podcast, they did a little pod on it, and they were saying once Adelaide showcased what LIV Golf could really be, because we absolutely turned it on, literally turned it on for them. Like they were just flabbergasted. They started to turn them a bit to LIV Golf. They started to think, well, hang on a minute. What they saw at Grange and what Australians do get behind sport as we do.
Yeah.
They went, you know what? They're starting to sway. And I think if Chase Koepka didn't get that hole-in-one, I don't think we would have got the world spread that we did.
Yeah, 100%. That
because he made that hole-in-one, that video's just gone viral. Absolutely viral. Yeah. And it's like the Happy Gilbert, like the people like Shooter McGavin wouldn't like it.
Like I've seen also, Matty.
Wouldn't like it, you know.
You snagged a few autos on a couple of those Metal Universe cards that you had. You snagged a few autos. That
was amazing. So I saw Bryson on the putting green and I held him up. I showed him. I should have got a photo with him. And then I chased him down all the holes and I was just reminding him. I said, hey, don't forget, I'll catch up with you after your round. He gave me a fist bump. I won't forget, mate. I won't forget. Now, this might come out backwards because I haven't got the camera sort of around, but I got these in hand. He just grabbed them off me after the round and just signed them all for me. He's got a beautiful autograph.
Very nice.
That's Bryson DeChambeau.
Bryson, that one's beautiful, that card. So they'll be maybe vanity slabbed or graded and put straight in the pool room. I won't be getting rid of those. And Matty Wolf. I've got Matty Wolf. I had Andrew Jarman and Bernie Vince's help with this one.
There you go. Adelaide superstars.
Boys. And where'd it go? Oh, here we go. After Ian Poulter's 9 holes. I got he signed a golf ball for me.
There you
Ian
go.
Pulse with his little
Not
green.
sure who Ian Poulter is. He was the one that we put up in our story when Matty was
Ian
wearing the double
Poulter
coverage tee.
has one of the best Ryder Cup records.
Yes.
He is a legend.
I was watching the swing. What's the show on Netflix?
Oh yeah, he's on that. He's on that
He's
Netflix
on that.
swing. Yeah.
It was very good.
And at the end of the day, we had Sergio Garcia, Patrick Reed finishing on the 16th green, which I was working on. That's another thing. If you're a volunteer, you get to stand inside the ropes where the players are crossing through. You're like literally a meter, not even a meter away. It's so good. And so at the end of the round, I got Patrick Reed to sign my Masters shirt. There.
It's on the other
You
side.
see it all right?
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah.
Very
Sorry,
nice.
it's backwards. It's a bit tricky. Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, that's all right, mate. All good. We can
Yeah.
see it.
No, we got it, mate.
Very
That's
nice. Sounds
awesome.
like you had a ripper day and a ripper couple of days, mate.
Oh, mate. If I could quickly just give a shout out to one of our resident golfers, do you mind? If I just
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, we're
So-
all about. pumping up
yeah.
the
So
Aussies.
he's an SA golfer. He's come from our home club. He's doing really well for himself. So he's just a couple of quick things. He turned pro 2022 through the pathway. He finished outright second in the Vic Tas traineeship. Finished minus 14 for the week. It's ridiculous.
That's not bad. It's pretty good.
Very good.
Won first stage at the PGA Australian Tour School. Successfully gained tour card. Fourth tour event as a professional. Had his best finish at third at the Queensland PGA at Nudgee.
Yeah.
Played well enough to keep his card for the next year.
Mm-hmm.
And he qualified number one traineeship. Sorry, let me get this right. Finished number one ranked trainee in Australia. So he's gone back to qualifying school last week and had a pretty good run. He's fifth, finished 5 or 6 under. So he's trying to finish tied 6, so he's gone up 34 spots. So he's trying to get in that Oz Open type deal, trying to get the bigger tournaments.
Yeah, nice. That's
So young
awesome.
keep an eye out for Jack Carter.
Jack Carter. There it is.
Carter. Yep.
Jack Carter. Very nice.
So he's
Beautiful,
30 years
mate.
old. He concreted for 3 years. He won five club championships in a row.
He's
You-
concrete
you
sauce,
put-
so
you
he's got the guns, mate.
You
Gotta
put
get
your
the
name down
concrete.
for next volunteering on the next one next year, Matty.
Oh, 100%. And honestly, the most interstate people that come in, if you get a chance, volunteer. And I had a lot of people last
Matty will
week.
be playing on LIV next year, mate. If you haven't seen the size, if you have not seen the size of Matt in person, tell you what, he just needs to go. He just take the Dustin Johnson or Brooks Koepka.
Yeah, he'd be
workout.
driving him 375 down the
Yeah.
fairway
Mate.
for sure.
Hey, he is Happy
Just
Gilmore.
on the hot tip, Bryson's a little bit taller, but I'm bigger than he is.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You just gotta do
He
what
can
Happy
just putt
does.
and
Just
chip.
drive
These
it to the
guys, when they
green.
chip, oh my God, these guys can chip. It was like
they're
velvet
freaks.
carpet, mate, and they just nip it.
They're just freaks.
Just unbelievable. Yeah.
But thank you anyway, Matty, for jumping on. Really appreciate that. It's good to get an insight. You know, pump up South Australia. You had a big week. You also had Gather Round as well. So
Yeah. I nearly forgot the most important one. Sorry. Phil Mickelson's on my hat. Where is it?
There we go.
oh, very nice.
Fuck, I can't with this camera.
No, we got it. We got it. There
There you go.
There.
There you go. There it is. Filthy Phil. Sorry,
Awesome.
guys. Yeah. No, awesome.
Perfect. Well, thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. Love it. I don't mind doing these throughout the season. If you follow LIV and you want to jump on, you want to give a rundown, by all means, you're more than welcome to jump on and give us that rundown.
Yeah, I reckon I'll be
Friggin-
following it a bit more lately after I've been there and actually seen it in person. It's sparked me a little bit. Yeah. They're hot
That's
as
it.
hell over there in Singapore right now. So,
It would be. They'd be
Yes.
melting. All right. Thanks, Matty.
All right, thanks,
Appreciate
guys.
it. Cheers, mate.
Thanks,
See ya.
mate.
see ya.
Whoop. There you go, Sauce. special guest, Maddie, jumped in, LIV. It's something different,
Good to hear
obviously, here
about
in
it.
Australia. We've had President's Cup golf tournaments here before in Australia and stuff like that. So, to get LIV over a non-PGA event is just amazing. So, Adam said, if it's team-based as well, the Sharks should start up a Supercoach style app for LIV Golf. That would be sick. That'd be interesting. Very interesting. Go get a bit of FanDuel happening type scenario. All right, Source. Let's move on because we have UFC. So I'm going to throw straight to you.
All right, Doma. As you all know, ladies and gentlemen, UFC is sponsored by Roll Clean Soap, the number one in MMA, BJJ, and martial arts hygiene. Roll Clean Soap is a proud family-run Australian business. It uses 100% natural ingredients and help keep you clean on and off the mats. Don't be the smelly guy at the gym. Walk in with confidence with Roll Clean Soap and destroy the competition. Roll Clean offers a wide range of products targeting assisting post-training recovery. Our magnesium bath salts, bath bombs, and boost balm can help ease those aches and pains after a hard training session. Roll Clean offers many soap varieties to choose from. Just visit www.rollclean.com.au or hit them up on social media at Roll Clean Soap. Roll Clean, we've got your back. And I tell you what, make sure you use the Roll Clean because I made the mistake of not taking it with me down to the hotel after me wedding, and I used the hotel soap, and I've broken out in a rash because it's made of absolute shit. Roll Clean, 100% natural ingredients.
There you go.
Get no rash. I've got sensitive skin, and this stuff does not give me a rash, nothing. So if you've got sensitive skin, Roll Clean is the stuff for you because I used the shitty hotel soap down at where I stayed, and it's cooked me. It's cooked me, let me tell you. I'm itchy as hell right now.
Just before you get into it, Source, just a quick one here. So this is a new release soap from Roll Clean. It is a special edition Damien Voller, who is a brand ambassador for Roll Clean, also known as Pooh Bear MMA. So they've got a special Damien Voller honey pot soap. There you go. Down here. So there's a honey one coming out. Don't worry. Look, it's got the honey pot on there. Kat's put the honey pot print on there.
Use the code double coverage at checkout for
Checkout,
20% off your first order, ladies and gentlemen. So
there you
don't
go.
forget
So that's
about
just
that.
the update there as well. So Saucy, over to you.
All right, we had the UFC over the weekend, fight night, Pavlovich versus Blades, and I'll run you through the main card. Welterweight division, Jamea Wells defeating Matthew Smelsberger, third round decision. Women flyweight, Isman Lucindo defeated Brogan Walker, third round decision. You had in the lightweight division a draw. Bobby Green against Jared Gordon. I think there was incidental head knock, and they clashed heads, and there was sort of a bad cut, I believe. So I think they called it a draw and had to call it a no contest. Middleweight division, you had Bruno Silva KO in the first round over Brad Tavares, and then the main card, heavyweight, Sergey Pavlovich with the KO in the first round against Curtis Blades. Just an absolute clinical display by Sergey Pavlovich. He's a knockout machine. He's absolutely flying in the heavyweight division. It would not surprise me to see him holding the title one day, potentially. But he will have to obviously beat the man, the myth, the legend, and that is John Bone Jones, which could be pretty difficult. But Pavlovich has the power, and should he land a one on Jones, I feel like it could be danger. But we'll have to wait and see. Doma, UFC Fight Night, Song versus Simon this weekend. Song Yadong against Ricky Simon, and the co-main events, Caio Borrallo against Mikel. That is an absolute bamboozler. I'll give it a whirl. Oleksiu. That was tough. Middleweight division. Check it out. This weekend, main card kicks off from 9 a.m. Prelim card kicks off from 6:30 a.m. Australian Standard Time. Check it out if you can, ladies and gentlemen.
Very nice. Thank you, Sauce. All right, we've got some big things coming here. We've got some big things. We haven't got much in Hobby Talk this week, but we've got some quality stuff. So let's get into it. Hobby Talk brought to you by Platinum Standard Grading. Thank you to the crew at Platinum Standard Grading for all your grading needs in Australia. Matty Tape says, cheers. No, thank you for jumping on and giving us an insight. It's always good to get someone that loves their golf, and you were there firsthand as well. So it was fantastic to hear your experience. Saucy, before we get into it, the Le Mans is here this week. It is here. And it's going to be given by you because someone's been pissing you off. But before we get to the Le Mans, we've got to go do a Tops Project 2022 run very quickly here. So let's go. Robbie Keane by Matt Taylor. We have Haaland by Case McLean. Broke the record today. We've got Xavi Simons by Orlando Arocena. We have Rafael Leao by Che Heinen. This is actually a nice looking card, to be honest, Source. You actually don't want the gold variant in this. That's how nice it looks with the colors. That's gold. That's colored. And then the last one is Gabriel Batistuta by Timber Smith. If you don't know who Gabriel Batistuta is, he is an Argentinian legend of football. So those are the Tops Project 22 cards for this week. So, Saucy, on that note, time for Le Mans of the week for you.
All right, Doma, I'll break it down for you. Now, anyone who hasn't seen across my socials at Saucy Collectibles, as you can see on the screen there, if you're not can't see it, it's spelled Saucy with an E, then Y at the end, Collectibles. Check it out on Instagram. I shared on my story. Obviously, anyone who's watched the videos that we've been putting out has seen that I would have got a mail day, and I picked up a few comics, right? And I've got the comics in the back there, and I picked them up from Lloyd's Auction House, right? Now, I had an issue when it first went through, and I got quoted the cost for shipping, and Lloyd's is in Queensland. I live in Melbourne. So, they have to ship it down from Queensland to Melbourne. That's fine. But, the shipping cost was a bit ridiculous. And I emailed them. First, I called them and I said, what's going on? Why is it, why have you quoted me $36 to post from Queensland to Melbourne? And the lady goes, yeah, that does seem a bit odd. Just email this, email address and, they'll sort you out. So I emailed them and they said, yep, no worries. It's fine. We've applied a shipping discount to your account. So when you go through and you go to pay, there'll be a shipping discount. And, they wiped off, I think, $15 off the shipping. So the shipping came down to something like not 30. $15. Yeah, like about 20 something dollars, right? It came down to about $20 or $22 the shipping in the end, which was fine, right? Now, they had another auction with more comics, right? It was a different auction, set of auctions. I won about 3 lots. And then I've gone to pay, and once again, they've quoted me about $38. And I thought, the first time, well, maybe it was an error in their system. Maybe they haven't, whatever. And I sort of just wrote an email to the same email saying, look, I think, there's been a mistake. I don't think it should cost this much to post. Here's a screenshot, how much, the items weigh and everything. If you're to post to me and I'm to post to you, this is how much, Australia Post is quoting me. I think it's a bit unfair that you're quoting this much for postage. Then you need to fix the issue, or I'm please apply a shipping discount, or I'm not going to go pay for the items unless the shipping becomes cheaper. And without no response, nothing, I actually wanted the items still because I won them pretty good at a pretty good price. So maybe that's the case. I won them pretty cheap, so they want to make a bit of buck on top. I don't know what it is from Lloyd's. I don't know where they come up with their estimates for shipping. It's definitely not through the Australia Post calculator or any normal calculating of postage, because I'll tell you what, they've obviously got their own formula, and it's the 10x formula, whatever it is, just 10x it, because that's what they do. They've gone ahead and not emailed me back, nothing at all. They've just taken the winning bids out of my account and just taken the items off me. So I wanted to pay, but I didn't want to pay the $36 that they quoted me to send by toll. And then the other options was to send by Australia Post Standard and Australian Post Express. Well, Australia Post Standard the quote was $58, and the Australia Post Express, it was $80-something.
What? You didn't tell me that part.
Oh, yeah, I've got screenshots of it all.
How 80 what?
$80 for Australia Post Express. Hang on, let me see if I can find it.
What the fuck?
I literally had screenshots. Here we go. There it is. There it is, Doma. Hang on. Maybe you can.
I can't see it.
Oh,
no, that's not helping. Don't worry about it. $80. That's unbelievable, man.
I wish I was prepared earlier and brought these up, but I did share them on my
That's highway robbery. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, what the hell? 84.
That's the postage cost. 84.36, and that's express. 55.95 and 30. That's for Australia Post Standard parcel, and TNT Road Express $38.22. They were the 3 shipping options that I was given. I didn't have any other option given to me, right? So
obviously they could do it cheaper. Obviously they could do it cheaper because
they could do it cheaper. They gave me $15 off the previous time when I complained and said it's a bit much, the shipping, right? And when I've tried to do the same thing this time, they haven't given me anything off. All they've done is literally go into my account, deduct the items that I won, and now my winning bids are gone, and I haven't had the opportunity to pay for that auction because they weren't happy with me questioning their unethical upcharges for shipping. Now, please tell me where the cost comes in at $38.22. Because I'll tell you right now, I went and put in what would be the weight for the amount of comics I won, which was about 20 comics with a little cardboard back with the sleeve, probably weighs about 75 grams each, right? 75 grams by 20 comics, that's under 5 kilos. You can send a 5 kilo parcel box, standard post for about $20. Now, I understand you might have a few costs for time to package, time to and packaging stuff, related. But you can't be adding more than $5 for that, for packaging up the items and things. Like to trying to add $20 on top of that is just ridiculous.
You actually had an account.
Yes, I actually had a comic store who are a comic store. They sell is comic books. Reach out to me and goes, "There's no way."
Can you give them a shout out because everyone should know who they are. They are one of the biggest.
King's Comics messaged me and DM'd me and goes, "That's absolutely ridiculous. How many comics are you getting off them?" And I told him it was about 20 comics. He goes, "Mate, there's no way that should be more than $25 postage."
There you go.
And this is a guy that sends thousands of comics.
Maddie says on a different type of product, Cat sends bulk roll clean soap, heavy, and nowhere near that much.
So I don't know where the hell Lloyd's auctions you've come up with your postage calculations, but for being absolute pricks about it, in the fact that you've literally made me lose my items that I won because I question your unethical postage upcharges, you guys are lemons. And I will not be bidding on any items in the future that I have to get postage. I'll only bid on items that are at the warehouse in Victoria, and anything postage related, well, you can get absolutely stuffed. You've lost my business. unless it's like a relatively big item or a big memorabilia item that might cost, quite a bit of money where, paying $40 for shipping. You're not worried if you're paying $500, $600, $700 for a memorabilia item. That's fine, or something else. But the matter of the fact is, when I'm winning comics and I'm winning 20 comics and they're costing me $2.80 each, I do not want to pay more for the postage than for the items that I won. So all the items I won in my latest win of auctions, Doma, was $27 and the postage was $38.
That's a disgrace. Jay says, does the $80 include a voucher for 20 minutes at the top of the town? Adam says,
it is
sounds
highway
like
robbery.
Sounds like Lloyd's have been talking to Uncle Kenny. You better be hoping your product gets the golden touch on Netflix for $80 for shipping.
Oh, Jesus.
That's ridiculous. So
Yeah,
anyway.
So just a shambles, man. Just a shambles. And look, I might write an email and follow up and see what's happened. I feel like I should, because it's just not cool. I mean, I'm in the process to maybe, contacting someone who I know puts a lot of these items forward towards this auction house, and maybe just getting in touch with them and just buying directly off them, so I don't have to deal with Lloyd's.
I'm not bringing that comment up,
but
from Adam. I'm not bringing that one up.
Oh.
Anyway,
That's
so
a good one.
You got something else as a follow-on. It's not a Le Mans, but some news regarding some autos.
Yep.
As
So,
well.
ladies and gentlemen, obviously they're giving out redemptions. So this is someone on NBA Card Market Australia, Aaron Bottoms. He's a long-time collector, and obviously hit this rookie auto, Lamelo in hoops, and then finally after 18 months got his sending weekly emails. He's got his replacement, and his replacement was this hoops Lamelo card. So yeah, props that finally they're doing something, giving people replacements. Sad thing is, the reality is that unfortunately, if you got this card at release, when hoops first came out, it was probably selling for hotcakes, $1,000 card, and going today, it's only about a $200 card. So look, it's the beef I have with redemptions, Doma. It's the beef I have. It's not only are you not getting not getting something that you've paid money for, but they give you these redemptions, and then they, instead of you getting the item or the autograph right there and then when the product's hot, the player's hot, he's fresh in people's minds because it's a fresh draft, and you can make the most and capitalize if you want to sell it. That's probably the top of the market that you're going to get for any card, pretty much when product first comes out. And we've seen that so many times. And the longer it goes on, obviously he's had injuries. People are now doubting him, weak ankles, doubts and doubts and doubts. And you've got new draftees and things like that. Takes attention off Lamelo. That card has literally come down 10 times lower than what it would have been should he have received that card on release, or should it actually have been in the product like it should be and not be a redemption. So it's a sad thing to see that, you've got all these people that put all this money into breaks, put all this money into ripping product, and then they get, these redemptions, they decide to redeem it, and unfortunately, it takes 18 months to get it back.
Matty Tabe makes a good point too. He goes, and I agree with him, and you're getting a sticker.
Yeah. 18 months and you're getting a sticker. It's just woeful.
Jay's just a bit surprised. He said half his body's missing in the card. What a shit card. Half his body's missing. It is disappointing. I've even seen some other QC stuff. I haven't got it on me, but we spoke about Domros last week, and we spoke about some of the legends in the product, and we saw Zidane was in the product source, and they've put his autos upside down, the stickers on the card. And it's not just one, it's all the Zidane autos. There's like multiple that they've put the sticker upside down. It's terrible. It's actually shit, man. It is a shambles. But we haven't, like I said, we haven't got too much tonight. We've got a special guest on, but some people might say we're a bit late to the party on this one. But we're not. We're one of the first to talk about this. And we've given the market time for the dust to settle sauce. And we thought it's time to get out of jail free card and look at Monopoly Prizm and have a look at some of the prices that these cards are going for. Adam said that Melo redemption's like Joe Biden, only half of himself is there. He said he's going to do another 4 years. He's going to start talking like this, and that's how he talks. Do not pass go and F off, says Matty Tabe. But no, we are going to have a look at some of them. Have you got anything up, Source? Because I can bring the. In the meantime,
I'm
I'll bring
trying to just
That's all
find
right.
some.
No, I'm just going to bring the thing up, the checklist, because obviously we got the products that are in here. I love this shit. We've got silver prisms. We've got Boardwalk blue tiger stripe prisms. The free parking prisms are in the blaster. Ghost Space prisms. The handshake deal prisms. Monopoly black classic icons prisms. That's in the board game. Question mark prisms. Red dice. Running Mr. Monopoly prisms. Teal wave prisms. White sparkle. Gold money shimmer prism. Brown prism. White blue prism. Pink prism. Orange. Red money shimmer. Red prism. Purple money shimmer. Gold, green money shimmer, blue money shimmer. Look at this shit, man. This is ridiculous. This is actually a disgrace. Anyway, he sources, but we've shown a preview of some of these cards before, but I actually
I'll bring up a few prices here. We'll have a lock. I've just typed in the blue money shimmer to 10. We've got the Ja Morant's apparently sold for $200. You got people out here paying $66 for Kristaps Porzingis. What else we got here? We got another Ja Morant blue money shimmer, another $200. I'm just trying to get a gauge on what it might be. Here we go. Brandon Ingram blue money shimmer to 10. What other variants is there? What other one should I throw in there, Doma?
Has anyone got the Color Blast?
Is there a Color Blast? Is there?
Bro, this is actually a Color Blast in Monopoly. This is disgusting. That looks like a piece of shit.
That looks horrendous.
That's terrible. Free parking. Anyone got any free parking? I actually like the design of this card. That's the free parking there, Source.
I wonder how many people are actually going to play the game.
They're not buying it to play the game. I seen Sports Card Plaza Lemon. You went out and bought like a pallet of these freaking things, man. He's just opening. Put it this way: the game costs $30, $35. If you go to Target, you open it, you get the card. Even if you sell the game or the card for $30, because I've seen some cards there for $28, and you sell the game for $10, you come ahead by $5. Black 101, K Cunningham. Adam says $3K USD. Jay says, let's be honest, Americans are the dumbest consumers on the planet, and Panini is giving them what they want, morons. LeBron Black Gold Prism is up for $15K or best offer. Might have to just go to eBay just to get some of the listing source. There's so many cards. What the hell? What's in the... Yeah, because they're selling blasters as well. That's the card you want there, Source. The Money Black Mr. Monopoly. Type that in. Go on eBay and type in Mr. Monopoly Prism card.
Here we go. There's a Chef Curry, number to 10. Gold Wave Money, 1,500 listed for. Jimmy Buckets, Black Icons.
We should buy one of these Monopolies.
Yeah, if anyone can get us at a normal price and not...
There you go, $32.
$32,
yeah. Probably click on the description. It says open and no card packet inside.
Bullseye deals, 43 sold, 2 available. Mate, it's gone to the point where people are literally clearing out shelves for this shit. It's back to 2020 all over again. Oh, Jesus Christ. Who's paying 20 grand for
There you go.
Chet
Click on
Holmgren?
it. Open it. There he is,
101.
Mr. Monopoly.
That's the Color Blast, Mr. Monopoly Color
That
Blast.
is so shit.
Oh, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you caught that, you definitely want to see that. That's how you find the realms of the internet. That's MMA Fight Share on the realms of the internet. That's how you watch them for free. No comment. Hopefully, I don't get banned for that. There's Chet Holmgren for 101. Interesting, up for 20K. There's Mr. Monopoly Color. Apparently,
That looks so
Color
bad.
what do you mean? That has to be that's an amazing work of art, Doma. What do you mean? Panini have put in so much thought with this design. They have knocked it out of the park.
What is this? What is happening? That's a nice LeBron. That's actually a nice LeBron.
The
That's a
LeBron
nice
actually
LeBron.
looks good. The black limited edition.
That actually
There
looks
we go.
nice. That actually looks good.
Except it's not numbered. But it looks good though.
It looks good. Oh, there he is, 2,600. Monopoly rookie card. Oh, when's he making his debut?
Let's
He's
see how
playing,
much.
is he? Oh, they've actually put an RC on it.
Well, this is being shilled to the hills.
Oh.
So don't believe anything you're reading here, yeah? Just be careful, ladies and gentlemen. If you are interested in this, I'm not saying I might even buy some. They look cool. Some of them look cool. Don't get me wrong. But just be wary, yeah? People are pumping this shit. Yeah, like look at this, man. Look at this guy with zero feedback. $1,500 bid. You are kidding yourself, buddy. Money Shimmer. Here we go. There's one. That's worth a buy. The Money Shimmer. That's numbered to 500. LeBron. Boom. Not bad. Where's the numbering? Or is it on the front?
I just got word source. I just got word Giddy. Josh Giddey's at Doncaster at the moment.
Is he now?
Yeah, tailor-made memorabilia. And there's your.
Oh yeah. I knew he was going to be there, but
Yeah.
I was thinking about going, but I think after his last escapade, when he came here last time, he's teed up the way things work a bit better with his things they had when he was at I believe I can't remember where he went last time. At Chadston, you could go there and get stuff signed. Now it's like you pay and it's pre-signed, and then you only get a photo op when you go in there. So I mean, I already got a photo with him last time, so no good to me if I can't get my own personal item signed.
I'm loving this shit. What sort of fucking idiots are buying these?
Jay, Americans.
I actually want to play the game, says Adam. I actually like Monopoly. But you know how we're going to do it, Source? We should get everyone... we should hold a double coverage Monopoly tournament. We open the packs, and the winner gets the hit from the pack. Can you imagine... you already know how competitive Monopoly is at the best of times, but just imagine you're fighting for a 1-on-1. You'd kill each other. You'd actually kill each other. I actually wouldn't mind ripping one. It'd be fun to rip. I actually like Monopoly, so there you go, $20 in open box. Yeah, of course it is.
No, of course.
Oh, we started.
You wouldn't want to actually play the game. You just want the cards inside. True. But how fucking crazy is it that they've bought out this Monopoly rubbish before they've even bought out the actual proper Prizm set for that year?
But now it's out. Like, it's funny. Like, technically the first rookie was the Monopoly rookie, and then they released Prizm straight after it. Within 7 days of it, or whatever it was, 10 days of it. Jay said, Mousetrap and Cluedo Prizm coming to a Walmart near you. I love it.
Crazy.
Some of the cards,
Anyway.
that one there looks terrible. That Chris Paul card there.
Yeah.
That design looks so shit.
That's the what is it? Prizm Money Black SSP. Apparently.
But some of the shimmers and did they have a thing on there? So it's actually be nice to see a what's the tiger stripe one there? What's it called? Boardwalk blue tiger stripe.
This one, rolling dice.
Nah, Boardwalk Blue Tiger Stripe.
Yeah, trying to find one.
How much does a
Anyway.
blaster go for? Why is that up for $1,000?
These people are idiots, mate.
Is it actually up for $1,000?
Yeah, but they're not worth
Oh,
1,000.
man.
Here's a blaster.
I know they're not.
For 65.
What an absolute lemon.
Here we go. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Feel free to check it out. And
Matty Tabe wants to see a
pick
thimble or a cannon piece. One of one. He doesn't want the Monopoly, man.
I reckon
You might get that. You'll get that in. You'll get that in the second edition. Don't worry. This isn't the
just be
last
weary,
time they're
ladies and
printing
gentlemen.
this.
Just be weary, man. Just be weary with this shit. It's a bit of fun.
Adam
Don't-
says, I hear the Frankston version of Monopoly comes with a Centrelink check for 2 cents and a can of Lynx Africa.
Oh, that's great, Adam. That's great.
Oh,
great.
for anyone listening over in anywhere outside of Australia, Lynx is Axe in your country. Axe. Deodorant. Oh, jeez. No, that looks. The color blast looks so shit.
Yeah, they look horrendous. This is apparently a case hit. Here's the Chet.
I don't like that. It looks terrible.
There it is there. Looks absolutely horrendous. Let's see if it's getting chill bitted.
Jay
no,
says
looks
Hasbro Toys are printing this shit on demand. Under or over 1 million blasters.
There you go. Mate, it's a lot. It'd be a lot.
Matt says bring back Brute 33.
Here we
I
go.
love
I'll add this in the watch list, the LeBron. I would actually.
That's actually a
be
nice
on
card.
That's
That
a
looks
nice card.
sick.
The gold,
Color
the
match.
gold on gold looks good.
Color match. Is that still a thing?
Yeah, mate. I think it is. I think they're the best cards, mate.
There's some nice cards in the set. There are. It's overpriced and ridiculous and stupid and is what it is, but there's some nice cards in there. So I'm not going to knock it too much. I'm going to knock the fact that the Monopoly guy's got a rookie crest on his card, and I've never seen him play a game. I've never seen the Le Mans play a game. I've seen Ace Ventura beat the shit out of him in Ace Ventura Pet Detective, but I've never seen him play a game of basketball. Like, come on, man.
At least we know he can't get injured, man. You can't do an ACL.
Last thing before we do finish up, Sauce, we can't forget to mention the Card Show Melbourne, which is happening this weekend on Saturday in Cranbourne. So
Yes,
make sure. I'm going to go and get it up right now.
Hang on, get it up, Doma. I was going to say, bring it up.
We're going to be there.
We will be there. Yep. We've already got our tickets.
Josh
Didn't make
the
didn't make the mistake and bought the tickets pre because you save yourself $5. Even though when you drive all the way there and you go, oh, I've got $15. Here's 15 in cash. Oh, it's 20. Why is it 20? Oh, you didn't pre-book. Yeah, but I've got the 15 here on the day. Why can't I just pay 15? They don't let you do it that way. So just pre-book it and save yourself $5 because I didn't do that last time when I tried to pay 15 at the door. The bloke goes, "Nah, mate, it's 20."
There you
at
go.
the door. And I said,
10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Get in and enjoy it.
This Saturday. We'll be there bang on 10.
I'll be there bang on 10 with your Sauce, and then Sauce will be there for a bit longer. I'm going to leave a little bit earlier, so that's it. Adam says in the Tufton version, when you pass go, you've got to pay Street Jesus 200 cents, or you've got to go to the Prince Mark. Mr. Monopoly is going to be in Space Jam 3, LeBron's Odyssey. Doma perhaps mentioned the bogus 25 grand sale of that Russian midget gold Shimmer 3. If you don't know who he's talking about, you do know who he's talking about. But if you don't know what he's talking about, this is what he's talking about. If it's up here straight away, or else I'm not going to bother. It was on here, wasn't it?
Yeah, it might have been more near the top, surely.
Husby. Nah, maybe it's not on
hold
there. Anyway, it was husband. Oh, look at this shit. Look at this.
Listed 94,000.
It needs a bit of Kurt's card key right here, but it's marked.
Matty reckons the postage I'm paying, I'll need all the savings I can get. Yeah, I know. The freaking postage Lloyd's is trying to sting me for. Got to save every cent, mate. Jeez.
Lameme, let's have a look. Jay said Lameme. Oh, here it is.
Here it is. Whoever bought that card, you, sir, are a lemon.
What is this? Why is this
20?
even a thing? Seriously, why is this even a thing? Just like that Tom Brady card that's in the Topps baseball product. It's like, get his first baseball card. I don't give a fuck. He never played baseball. Well, what do I care? He's dressed up. He looks like an absolute muppet in the... Oh, come on, guys. Come on. Prizm Monopoly. Midget cards. Come on, man. Oh, this is just tough.
It's a gold card of a midget holding a phone. What the fuck? Yes, I agree, Jay. I agree. Ladies and gentlemen, these aren't even his first rookie cards. If you really want to be so, have the first. Tyson Beck done it before Panini did it and did it a hell of a lot better. And he's not holding a phone, right? It's not just some picture they've just taken at a random UFC event.
Tyson would have done his giveaway too, because he was giving away the super
the 1-of-1, and the autos are on card. So if you want a true Hasbulla rookie card, check out Tyson Beck's.
Christ almighty, man. Here it is.
Look,
this is what it looks like, and then
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised anymore with anything in this hobby, Doma. I'm not surprised at all. We see some of the craziest stuff, man. Craziest.
Look at this. By the way, just props to him. Have a look at how sick this card is, man.
That Mike Tyson. That was the flash release.
Look how sick that looks. Come on, man.
Very nice.
Do you want that? Do you want to collect something like that? Honestly, guys, do you want to collect something like that? Or do you want to collect this shit? Like, I can't believe this is a fucking card.
No, it's on Lamine. Or that. Yeah.
Or do you want to collect that?
I know. Crazy.
How much for the black finite midget? 3.4 million. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, Saucy, once again, congratulations. You're a married man. For anyone that wasn't here at the top of the show, round of applause for you. You did it. It was a great night.
Thank you.
But on that note, keep living, loving, and breathing sport and buying fictional characters for no reason, unless it's TCG, where it's actually got use. Anyway, double coverage. I'm Dom with the Great Man Sauce, and peace. I'm just gobsmacked.
Yeah, gobsmacked. Just
yeah,
crazy.
Sauce. By the way, Sauce, I'll send you this Nick Claxton card. I'll just send it to you. $80 express.
Yeah. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking all sports. Double curve.